Due to the large number of inquiries that our office has received from the media, we thought it best to make one statement to prevent misinterpretation or confusion about our position. Contrary to published reports and widespread speculation, Michael Roseboro did not kill his wife. In fact, upon finding her in their family pool, Michael did everything in his power to seek medical assistance and revive his wife. Despite rumors of marital discord, Michael and Jan were married for 19 years and had 4 children. It goes without saying that this tragedy has deeply devastated Michael and his children. Being separated from his children has made the situation even worse. Michael is in the process of assembling a team of professionals and experts to investigate and get to the truth of what actually took place that evening. It is not our intention to try Michael in the polls of public opinion. To do so would belittle our Constitution and the freedom that protects us all. Because he did not kill his wife, Michael has the absolute right to say he is not guilty, regardless of the allegation. When the government makes an allegation against one of us, it is incumbent upon the rest of us not to blindly follow their lead. It is equally important, and I urge everybody not to churn the rumor mill and continue the speculation that begins with an accusation. In a matter of this import, it is our Constitution and the rule of law that must be adhered to and defines us as a civilized society. It would be premature for me to comment on allegations without having the opportunity to more fully investigate. However, it is important in an adversarial system that the playing field be level. We believe that the extensive coverage of the government's position in all media sources has created the potential for community bias. As such, we believe this statement is necessary. Michael is relying upon our criminal justice system and eagerly awaits his opportunity to answer the government's accusation with the truth. Thank you. I will take a few questions, but I want to make sure that people heard what I said, because I will not violate the things that I said in the statement that I made.
When did Michael retain your venue?
I'm sorry?
When did Michael retain your services?
Michael retained our services shortly after the death of his wife.
Before he was charged.
Could you comment on the propriety of the district attorney commenting on the guilt and innocence as well as his premeditation statement?
I appreciate the position of public officials. I understand the need for our public officials to advise the community of things that are ongoing. I think it is important to allow a jury to decide this case, and I think that the more that attorneys talk about the details of evidence and that which they intend to show to a jury runs the risk of tainting our jury pool, and I'll leave it at that.
What about the DA told us the motive was that Mr. Roseboro was having an affair with a woman?
And I appreciate the district attorney's position and appreciate the fact that our district attorney in Lancaster needs to say something, because for whatever reason he believed that he needed to tell you all what he believed the motive was. But I will make one statement about the entire issue about the affair, and hopefully you will all respect that, and we'll leave it at that. The district attorney, as I have been made aware in some of the media reports, has asked you to understand that she is a human being and to protect as much as possible her privacy. Let me say this. For the time being, we will adhere to the district attorney's request to consider Ms. Funk's privacy as she struggles to gain credibility with the people who know her best. Okay?
Can you confirm for us whether Mr. Roseboro was having an affair with Ms. Funk?
Again, let me reiterate, and I will say it one more time, and I appreciate the question, but so that we don't continue to have that question predominate this time, I will once again tell you that for the time being, we will adhere to the district attorney's request to consider Ms. Funk's privacy as she struggles to gain credibility with the people that know her best.
Do you think a change of
Yes.
venue may be in order for this case down the road?
I hope that we don't have too many more of these sessions, and I certainly won't call them in an effort to do anything other than level the playing field, and have tried to keep my comments to a minimum about the evidence. But when things are stated that have to be addressed, we will do that. Unfortunately, the more that is said, the greater the likelihood that the jury pool in Lancaster, and perhaps elsewhere, from the requests we've gotten from the media, elsewhere might be a problem as well. But the decision of a change of venue or veneering will be made by a judge of the Court of Common Pleas of Lancaster County. I don't believe one's been assigned yet, and until such time, I don't want to usurp their power, because if I make the request, they still have to make the decision. So for the time being, I think it's premature, but of course it's a possibility.
The DA's theory of the case appears to be that nobody else could have done it. Can you give us a hint as to what your approach or what your defense might be?
That's an interesting question, Mr. Kelly. And I noted when the district attorney was having his press conference that the statement was made that their investigation is not over and has not concluded, which is a tad strange when you consider that they've already made an arrest. If the investigation is not concluded, brings to question what happens if the investigation shows something different and they've already placed the man in jail. So I've read the affidavit of probable cause. I certainly have some questions about the affidavit of probable cause. Of course, you all have covered, recognize faces, you all have covered cases before. It's quite lengthy. And one of the issues that they mention is that she was discovered beaten, strangled, and drowned in her pool with no signs of forced entry, robbery, or sexual assault. That's of note, because as soon as the body was released to the family, it was noted that there was approximately $40,000 worth of jewelry missing from Jan's person that she had on. Now, the police knew about that before Saturday night, August 2nd, when they arrested Mr. Roseboro. Yet the affidavit of probable cause continues to say there are no signs of robbery. If they don't find it credible, then put it in that there was an allegation and found incredible. They don't even mention it. In fact, quite the contrary. They say there is no sign of robbery. Somewhat interesting. Additionally, they say there are no signs of forced entry. Anyone who knows the Roseboro residence knows the gates are open. They are not locked. They are open all the time. I'm sure the police knew that also. So our team of investigators are attempting, in a very, very, very difficult situation, to do the best we can in the time frame allotted, and we will continue to investigate. I'm not making claims that we will do one thing or another other than fully investigate. And I am appreciative of the fact that the district attorney is continuing their investigation. And I hope their continued investigation leads to the same conclusion that we know is the truth, and that is that Michael Roseboro did not kill his wife.